What is going on, family? Welcome to Support and Resistance 2.0. Basically, support and resistance in depth. Best way to keep a cleaner chart and catch key entries. And this is how I honestly do it when I'm looking at these pairs that I trade, right? And I'm going to show you two techniques. The first one I'm going to show you, I use it for GBP JPY, GBP USD, and US 30, right? So I'm going to show you how I do this first, and after that, I'm going to get in depth. So let me see if I have it on US 30. So what I do is it's called a QPs. You're going to learn about it. We have a separate section for that actually inside the advanced section. And what I'm doing is basically catching it at all the quarter points. 31,000, 31,250, 31,500. And what you'd realize is at these areas, price always act funny. They always act funny, right? And I'm going to show you how we do this when it comes to GBP USD. So as you can see, this was how the chart was on a previous video. So what I now do is I come to the monthly, and what I do, I don't go to the line chart. I look for the wicks, and I look where price tested the most, where it acted as support and resistance, where you could see was a serious indecision level, right? So I'm looking, and right here would be it for me. Honestly, right here would be it for me. And you may ask why. I'm gonna place it right here so you could see. The reason why I have it here, and you'll know because it wicked here, it tested it, had some indecision level in this area, and it came back and tested the zone 4 months back to back. And last month, February, it tested the zone again before it came down. So that would be one of my indecision level zones, right? Then now I would look for a next one. And for me, this would be my next indecision level zone. Then I come down and I look for my support zone. And then looking at my candles, I would put it here because remember what I told you, in order to form a level of support, right? It needs to have a bearish candle and a bullish candle, and we have it right here. Most persons would say this is a morning star, what is also a signal. If you read the Candlestick Trading Bible, this is a candle signal, which you can see price went up, continued up on an uptrend. So it's pretty easy. So after I do that, what I now do is come down to my weekly time frame, right? And what I'm doing is I'm getting my rectangle box. The same box right here, average favorite. I'm gonna show you where to get it. You come right over here, you press this arrow, and if you favorite it, what you'd have learned in using TradingView, it shows up at the bottom, right? So now what I'm going to do is mark off my support and resistance zone using my box. So right here would honestly be my support zone for GBP USD on the weekly time frame. So let's drag that out. And if you remember from the previous video, my colors for the weekly time frame is always purple. And then what I'm going to do now as well is draw it right up here. And I draw it to the wick. I draw it from the candle body itself to the wick. Right here, you can see candle body to the previous wick. Now you may say, hey, JD, why didn't you put it here? Why didn't you start from here? Because right here is where you have that first level of support. It broke it, yes, and it came back up, but it did not necessarily form close at the same area or close and open at the same area where I wanted it to. Just right here, right? So hence I drew it here. Now other persons may have their ways or whatever the case how they do it, but you're learning how I trade, right? And if we drag this over, you can see price tested this area. It tested the same area. You can see it. You drag it over, you would see price tested this area. Like, come on, it's testing this area. So that's enough confirmation already, right? So what I'm now going to do is, now that we have this here, I'm going to drag this out a bit more. But this is the weekly chart, so it won't fill this out right away. It'll take some weeks to fill this out. I go to my daily and I look for my support and resistance on my daily time frame, right? You could see it tested this, so we can be expecting price to actually continue down right now, but it is on a bullish trend, right? And you would have learned inside, you're going to learn when you're drawing your trend lines, this right here can be considered a channel. That's how you catch breakouts, right? You draw it on both sides, but we're going to stick to the topic of this video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my rectangle box, and this is what I'm going to use again to draw my daily support zone. So we want to look for the recent daily support zone, which should be right here. Boom. Just change this color. So I draw my recent daily support zone box right here. And I'll put the next one right there. Most persons wouldn't, honestly. And that's because you already have the weekly, resistance zone up there. But I'm going to put it there for sake being. And this right here would be my daily support and resistance zone. Then we go down to the 4 hour. So now in the 4 hour, I'm looking for areas where it did the exact same thing. So I come to the recent area, boom, right here, take out my box, I draw it there. And what I'm going to do is just drag this out. Drag that out. And I come back here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to the wick. Boom. Now what I'm going to do is change these colors to orange, all right? You always want to color code your tools, what you put in your chart, based on the time frame you put it on. Remember that. Now, what I'm going to do is go to my 1 hour and look. All right, cool. So right here we have a support level. I'll just take out my trend line and I just put it as a previous, support level. Let's make this blue. What I'm going to do again is take out my box from right here. Let's drag this out. Boom. Make this blue as well, so I could know this is my, there we go, my resistance zone on the 1 hour time frame. Drag that out. So as you can see, price came up. It formed a bullish and a bearish candle. This made it a new resistance zone. Price couldn't break it and it tanked. Did the exact same thing. It came back to this exact area. And if we drag this out, you will see, let's go to 30-minute just so I can zoom in a bit more. Here we go. We drag this out. Okay, let's go back to the 1 hour. Drag this out, you would see price tested this area. It tested this area. And it tested this area before as well. You can see it, right? Look at the line. So it's important to have these analysis so you can know what price will be acting funny. Now, I really draw more of these. So the better you get and the more experience you get, you'll be drawing less of these on your chart, to be honest. You will be drawing less of these. I draw more rectangle box on my 15-minute, my 4 hour, and my daily. So what I'll do is I'll come here and I'm going to look. All right, a new support zone formed right here. I take out my box, wham, make that black. And of course, I will be using other trading tools to determine when to enter the market, right? And what I now would do is just drag this out. Because my 1 hour box is already here, what I now be doing is just leaving that there, right? Or what I can do is come up here and just draw it from the top, because this right here would be considered a resistance zone, because you had your, right here, you had your bullish and your bearish candle form, right? If you don't know what a bullish and a bearish candle is, you need to go back to the introduction of Forex. That means you did not read the candlestick trading Bible. So right here, you have your indecision level. Want to drag it out, you could see where it price tested this area a lot and did a lot of, funny movement. Came up, did retracement, and shot back down. Even in the past, it acted funny in this area, but we're focusing on future price, right? So you would be using other tools to determine where price would be going. And that basically covers drawing your support and resistance on your chart and keeping it cleaner. So thanks everyone for watching this video that covers support and resistance in depth, best way to keep a cleaner chart and catch key entries.